Hey, welcome to Pocket Change. I am Candace Lott. I never know what to do with my hands while talking, so I'll keep them busy while doing laundry. Hang out with me while I ramble on about all kinds of topics and different seasons of life I've experienced. It's going to be loads of fun. Let's get to folding.
Get back together. Okay.
Good outtake.
All right. Try very hard not. You see those stands and you see your blanket. Try very hard not to hit it because we will make people nauseous. Okay. Hey. So today is a special day. We're not doing laundry clearly as we're in an RV. We're in our beloved Rhonda, and I have Emma, who's here. Yep, there she is. McKenzie, and we have Mike.
Hello.
Everyone says hello. Clearly, Mike's the only one who has a voice outside of me. Well, there they are. And since last week we chatted about me finding out about my beautiful, lovely, now 16-year-old daughter, who's now hair flipping, doing the teenage thing, I thought we would chat about blended families, because we are one big blended family, as Emma pointed out the other day. McKenzie, what'd you tell McKenzie? No? You're a dragon now?
You're standing in the kitchen and you said,
Hey, McKenzie.
I did not say, hey, McKenzie, excuse you.
here, tell us what you said.
What did you say? Give me the deets.
I just realized that McKenzie is my stepsister.
That's right.
Half sister.
Whatever.
We know what we're doing here. Anyway, so Mackenzie and Emma are half sisters, and Mike and I have just celebrated 1 full year of marriage, so we are one big blended family.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Indeed.
Oh my goodness. And we thought we'd chat while we're chilling in an RV camp over spring break. And so I'm going to ask everyone to tell me how it's been with a blended family. We'll start with McKenzie. All right, we'll start with Mike. All right.
Well, for me, it's the first time having kids, so that was a whole thing for me. But blending our families, I mean, I'm going to speak a little bit even outside of just our immediate family, because with me came my whole family. And my family of origin, my brothers and my mother and cousins, a lot of which Candace just got to meet last weekend at a big family barbecue, because during COVID we didn't get to have everybody at our wedding that we wanted. So we had a big we still do barbecue, and basically my whole mom's side of the family didn't get to come. And so, well, I say it this way, they weren't invited. We made the choice not to invite people. So it's not that they didn't get to come.
COVID.
Yeah.
Because of COVID. We did not invite them. But yeah.
You're just really rude.
But she got really nervous because she got to meet my whole family. So, I mean, beyond just that, I mean, it's the standard 2 people coming from separate families making another family. And so I brought that, along with a dog and a bunch of random cooking implements. But
Rice cooker.
Yeah.
Hot water heater.
Things that people didn't know existed, apparently.
Yeah, we didn't realize that hot water heaters were a
Dog.
thing. Okay, that's enough.
Well, like water boilers, hot water heaters in the
Didn't
wall.
know that. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that hot water came from the wall.
Yeah.
Anywho,
But,
so outside of your cooking utensils and the beautiful Betty,
I got to become a parental figure for these 2, and it's been an experience. I never knew I was going to get to have, and I'm very happy about it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You're living with us.
Yeah.
Married to us.
I know.
Congratulations. What age were they whenever you came into their lives as their stepdad?
I don't even know the answer to this
I
question.
was like, first time I met him, and then the first time, like,
So it was March 2020 whenever
Yeah.
you basically moved in
When
because
I
of
moved
COVID.
in, yeah.
COVID happened.
6?
So in 2020, you were,
it's 3 years
let's do
ago,
some
so
backwards
14
math. You were 5.
and 5.
Close enough.
Yeah, she turned
5?
6 in August.
Ow.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was doing general math.
Yeah, so she was 5 and she
She's
was
already
12.
Me.
When 2020 it's 2023 this year.
Yes. So 2020.
13. I was turning 13.
Yes. So
She's
she
had
was 12.
2 birthdays since then.
She was 12 in
That doesn't make
March
sense.
of 2020, and she turned 13.
Mr. Mike, we're 7 years
October.
apart. Mr. Mike, we're 7 years apart.
Oh no, I understand y'all's difference.
Math,
All right, so you're saying 2020 she was 12.
I believe.
So in October of 2020,
She turned 13.
13. So 2021, 14,
2022, 15.
15, 16 this year.
Oh.
Oh.
All right. So no, she
Go
was
back.
13. All right. She was 13. All right. All right. Now that we spent some time on that, she was 13. She was 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something like, I believe that's just correct.
Yes. We're gonna go with
Let's
it.
mark that one down.
All
All
right.
right.
Figured that math problem out.
Didn't
So
know there was
how-
gonna be math.
I know. How is it having a 5-year-old little MMA who is in
COVID school.
COVID school? Yeah, first grade,
So I,
and she was
when I moved in,
7th grade.
7th grade. Oh wow, 7th grade. Oh dang. Okay.
I had been laid off in 2019.
hmm
So this was, I wasn't working at Galt anymore either.
No.
So I was out of that contract. And I was at the contract with Bank of America. I was on a contract gig doing technical writing at a large financial company.
Yeah. But how was it coming in? And because your brother, your older brother, who we're here to see in St. Marcus, they have
Traditional.
3 littles.
Yeah. Although they were the kids in my life. Was
Yeah.
my 3 nieces.
So how is it going from being the
The uncle.
fun uncle to the father figure stepdad?
I feel like that changed over time.
Yeah.
Like I showed up and I was just like
Just a roommate.
this roommate.
It's true. It was
But-
a little bit of a weird
and
roommate situation.
Somehow an unhappy teacher at the same time. for
What?
you.
You did not like Mr.
So,
Mike teaching.
I had a
you.
lot of
Well,
extra
no.
time.
you and I couldn't teach you. That was gonna go terrible.
While I was on that contract gig, I had a lot of extra time whenever COVID hit because I had basically finished all the requirements and necessity of my contract, and I was picking up work as they needed me. But I had a lot of extra time to help out with you in COVID school, and that was fun. She was self-sufficient.
Yeah.
She didn't need any assistance. I tried.
That girl boss.
So,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. So how was it for you kiddos whenever come March 2020? I mean, you knew of Mr. Mike. He had been around.
Yeah.
But how was it to go from just us 3 in the house to a new Mr. Mike?
I honestly don't remember a lot from 2020.
Sure, 2020 was a pretty traumatic year in our family, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to dig deep on this one.
But this was
Interesting.
That was 2020.
March 2020.
I would have moved.
You
Was
were at my house.
2018?
You moved in 2020. You were at my
Okay.
house whenever they came home from California, and we thought they had COVID.
Yep.
Because no one knew
And that's
what
why
it
we-
really was,
yeah.
and I freaked out.
Yeah.
Um.
I had just shown you some world news on it.
Yes, and I went insane, and the doctors were like, "Okay, you're in lockdown," and then lockdown happened anyway. But you guys didn't have COVID. Yay! Just insane.
Yay.
Um,
24-hour, 48-hour temperatures.
Yeah, because they've just flown. Anyway, so then you guys came home from a trip with your daddy, and then all of a sudden, there was a Mr. Mike in there in our house, 24/7.
It wasn't all of a sudden. It stayed over before.
I don't know
Not
that
a
I had
lot
stayed
with
over
you
when
guys.
y'all were there.
No.
You
I hadn't-
visited. You definitely visited.
Yes, he
I visited,
He had dinner.
But I didn't spend the night
Oh.
while
There-
y'all
yeah.
were there.
There was no.
It was kind of a.
I think if I remember correctly, I was thinking,
There's this guy in my house. He brings this dog.
I don't know if I did. I have Betty whenever we went. Whenever
yeah, you did.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Emma had a mental breakdown the one day you left.
Well, that was
That
later
was,
on.
that was a
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
That was after.
I don't know if I had Betty when we stayed there. whenever we went into lockdown.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You had brought Betty because Betty and Doug, our two dogs,
We're kind of socializing.
we
together.
decided that they were best friends.
Duh.
We forced them to be best friends. Duh. And you brought Betty with you.
Yeah.
So you could have your emotional support animal, and then I had my emotional support animal. If I didn't have my kids, they're not my animals, but anyway. And then,
I mean, you call us resources. You do
Yep.
call us that.
yep, there's that on the internet. Well done.
They are resources.
They are resource 1, resource 2.
They're very helpful.
They are very helpful. Super strong. Moving rocking chairs upstairs. Good
Mhm.
gravy. Okay, so yeah, let's fast forward a little bit. No?
Well, tell us about your experience.
Oh, okay, tell us.
So y'all came back from California.
You're like, who's this man in my house who brings this
And
puppy?
then I saw the dog, and I was like,
Yeah, that's what I really remember about her experience. Is basically as long as Betty was around, she's fine.
I
Yeah,
was like,
and he
Figured out that Emma and Betty were kind of
soulmates.
yeah.
And then
Homeboys.
Mr. Mike was the main food creator in our home.
Yeah.
It's an odd way to say it.
Chick-fil-A was not the main.
Well, we couldn't
Where
do
you got
Chick-fil-A
food.
during COVID.
I got a random Buffalo Wild Wings.
We
so I
did.
mean,
Yeah, that was fun.
That was interesting.
That
We did get a
was.
delivery in the middle of the night of it doesn't matter. It's just a wing store of some sort,
It was a wing joint of some
and we
kind.
definitely ate it. It wasn't our food.
I opened it. I saw it.
Oops.
Closed it.
Very
let
sorry.
it sit there for an hour.
If you lived
And
in
then I was
Princeton during that time frame and you ordered
Buffalo, some wings.
no wings from
Somewhere.
somewhere, the green and white wing store, whatever that one
Yeah,
is.
we appreciate it very
We
much.
appreciate you, and
Yeah.
let us know, and I'll buy you more wings. I'm so sorry.
A lot of wings.
There was a lot of wings. It was really late. So yeah. So then that happened, and then we were in a rent house in Princeton, and then we bought a house in Plano,
Tawakoni?
It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, we literally
Oh,
just moved.
Less than a year ago we
No, I
left.
was trying to remember what order the houses were in.
Yeah.
So what was it like moving into a house as us as a family unit? Do y'all remember that being a big moment, or was that just like a normal thing?
That was just like a normal Tuesday.
Betty.
Okay, you were excited about Betty. Okay. What do you think do you think there's any, you guys have had any big major struggles? The fact that you guys have gone through a divorce, I mean, I know we've gone through lots of struggles, but like as a blended, specifically towards a blended unit, have y'all experienced any issues that are big and major?
No.
More dogs, because sometimes Betty and Doug have fights.
Okay,
That was not
dogs,
helpful.
yeah, all right.
Did y'all ever have worries about who I was to y'all? No?
I was in kindergarten. I mean, not kindergarten, but like,
Not in kindergarten.
So, like, let
Or-
me rephrase it. So, like, say one of your friends comes up to you and you're like, hey, my mom and dad are getting divorced. Or, hey, my parent has a new partner.
that never happened.
No one gets divorced ever.
No one ever.
No,
But I mean, if
friends.
someone came up to you, would you be like, oh, let me warn you about A, B, C, or D?
Oh, I would just tell them about the custody being special.
I would just be like,
And the backpacks.
sorry.
The custody
The
being
backpacks.
special?
The backpack trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The back and forth
Yeah.
between us,
Agreed.
me and your dad's house of uniforms, making sure backpacks. Yeah, because you had
School
two
stuff.
backpacks. You had A and B
My
day.
Wednesday backpack was the heaviest I've ever had it. Because it had all my stuff in it, plus uniforms, plus anything I needed after school.
Yeah, because I would drop you off, and then your daddy would pick you up. Yeah, that was. So how was that? Going between two homes. What was that like?
I don't remember it.
You don't remember it?
No.
It wasn't as much on you.
That's true. You were much younger.
Your sister
What
had
do
to
you-
take care of a lot more.
What do you remember?
The big thing was my rooms looked different. Because
Yeah.
one was more full and the other wasn't. And also, you had better snacks. But we had to do more chores.
We didn't have to do anything at his house.
No, I think I did dishes once.
Yeah.
So I fed you and then I made you work. All right.
But
well,
at Daddy's house, we had one drawer with food that had been there for like 3 months,
Oh, God.
and we went grocery shopping like every other month. Mima brought us down milk.
so 2 different households for sure. Yeah, 2 very different households. Okay.
Well, we went to Mima and people's house a lot, so it was kind of like 3 different houses,
Okay.
kind of, in
All
my
right.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys were down there a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we spent more time there than where we actually were, than we were actually supposed to be.
Than
Your
Daddy's house.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Were there any good things about like whenever you were splitting time up between the 2 houses? Any positives?
I have a break from chores for a week.
Yeah.
You get time off work.
You guys would get excited to go back to your dad's house so you wouldn't have to do chores.
Yes.
Time off work, but you had to sacrifice tasty treats.
Yes.
All right, I sound like a evil ruler. There's that.
I have a
You
question.
asked the question.
It's true.
You're
you
the one who asked it.
What
You are
was it like whenever I started cooking dinners?
Weird.
Weird.
Why weird?
We weren't ordering food.
That's true.
It wasn't do whatever you want for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I attempted to cook.
What was it like the first time I tried to get y'all to sit down at the table? I need dinner.
I was like, what
I
in
honestly
the
don't
world
remember.
are you
I
doing?
imagine it didn't go well.
Let me sit where I want. That was my reaction.
Yeah, we had a little bit more of a relaxed dinner situation.
I remember I was like, all right, so it's a family situation. So I was like, I'm going to make dinner. We're going to sit down and eat dinner.
And that was just
And it
even,
felt like I proposed an alien idea.
well, because even whenever I was with Chris, we didn't do that very
At the
often.
coffee table.
Yeah. We ate
Yeah, on the couch.
Yeah, that's a terrible habit. I wish we were more of the Norman Rockwell.
Rockwell. Yeah.
So,
You know what you're meaning.
and, wish I could wear my pearls and apron and get it all ready. I'll
Mama.
wear the pearls and apron. I'm just going to cater it. Just not going to cook anything.
Well, I think that's like part of the blending of the families because, I mean, like, that's the way I grew up with my mom. Eating out was not a thing.
Yeah.
And then whenever I started, integrating into this family, I figured out that
Eating out was
eating out was
big part of our
the
situation.
default situation. And I was like, what? Because, like, it just wasn't a thing.
Yeah, even whenever I was at my poorest, I
Yeah.
still had money. Like, I
Chick-fil-A
still
budget?
had a Chick-fil-A
Like
budget.
your fast food budget.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I had no money in my bank, but I still was like, but I still have to allocate money for Chick-fil-A because I'm going to go. Whether that's quarters on the floorboard or what, I'm going to go. But yeah.
I remember before I moved in, me and a couple friends tried to teach you to cook because we
Mhm.
wanted to teach you to save money with food. And we were like, all right, we're going to teach you to cook. Because we
We're
were
hearing
all,
about this.
yeah. I
Yeah.
tried to give it a catchy name and everything.
Yeah, I would love to be.
Wait, what was this?
This was at the McKinney first rental.
This
Yeah.
is what we lovingly call.
Second rental or first rental?
We love
first rental.
Yeah,
with the funny steps.
in the downtown esque adjacent McKinney house.
Yeah.
That was a adventure.
Yeah.
What was that like?
What was that house like? Or, well, how was living in that house?
It was a little sketch.
It was a
So
bit
Yeah.
sketch.
let me kind of preface. So this house was the only thing I could afford at the time whenever I was separating from their dad. And it was a toughie. It was not in the best neighborhood. Let me just phrase it that way. It was not somewhere that whenever my family moved me in, my mom and dad were very worried. They got me, I think my brother and sister-in-law got me a security system. I got the things that you put under the door to keep it from anyone kicking them in. And it was in, downtown adjacent McKinney, so you wouldn't think it would be as nerve wracking as it was, but it was. The police circled multiple times a day. So yeah, it was not the situation you want to put your kids in at all.
It was loud.
It was loud at night. They had parties 7 days a week. It was an adventure, but I feel like I tried to make the best of it. Whether or not y'all felt that or not, I don't know. How did y'all feel about it?
I thought it was nice. I mean, it wasn't like.
Do you have any concerns about that time? When first time you saw it, you moved and you spent the first night there.
Did you ever feel unsafe there?
Yes.
Okay. Fair.
I saw a weird car in the driveway once, but that was about it.
Yeah, it was a lot of weirdness. So anywho, yeah, so that was fun. Then we moved to the Princeton house. It was brand new. It was wonderful. It was perfect.
Brand new subdivision.
Brand new subdivision.
Yeah.
So y'all don't have anything if someone was like, you know what, so and so is separating and and now they're meeting someone new that's coming into their life as a parental figure. Y'all have nothing to give them?
Nope.
Nope.
Pretty great.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Good job. Congrats.
Thank
I should
you.
print you out an award.
Hey, I'll take it.
No,
I'll
you
take
should
it away.
draw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a good drawer.
That's so much effort. I have homework.
So what do y'all think having Mr. Mac as a stepdad?
There's a lot worse. We didn't get like Cruella de Vil or something, so that's positive.
I don't have her fashion sense.
No, you
No.
don't.
No.
You really don't.
You
No,
really
That
do.
is something I lack.
Aw, I think you're pretty.
Oh,
You have great fashion sense.
thank you.
Mom.
Wear my blue jeans
Mom,
with blue shirt.
what?
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Kirkland sweater right now.
That's a great sweater.
Once he went to work with a fancy top and just
Like casual, like shorts.
It's called the Zoom mullet. You're pretty on top, and you're
But he
He
casual.
was going into
to work.
Yeah, but no one's in the office.
It doesn't matter.
He shouldn't be just like
I
that
get
in the
pretty to go to
office.
Target. Why would you get pretty and not get pretty to go to work?
I don't know.
He was just
Sometimes
wearing
it's not worth it.
casual shorts and then a fancy
And
top.
sometimes I just use the mirror in the bathroom and it only shows the top. You're like, it's alright.
That's why I won't understand people
Okay,
that don't
so
like
Mike, what has been something if you were asked, hey, we're about, so and so's going through separation, gonna have these people meet my kids. Do you have any tips you think or things you would
I
share?
do.
What would you tell them?
Throughout this whole transition,
Hello, Buck.
I mean, we've been in counseling before. Well, not before I moved in, but
No.
for a good while. And one thing that has come up, and it came up whenever I was in counseling just for me, because a lot of what I talked about was how to integrate and how to interface with not them, just them, but with you about them. And a lot of it is setting expectations, and it's not just with y'all. It's with Mom about how she's going to have a perspective and opinion on, everything from,
Why are you pointing at me?
It's just hands.
everybody.
He's just gesturing.
But about everything from, structure and how we're going to do things as a family, and then to punishment. And I mean, we've tried to institute a few different punishments, and they're not all successful. To be honest about that one. But we had a couple times where we had disagreements over kind of how to set expectations with y'all.
Because you were coming in she's 16 now.
Yeah.
You came in when she was 13.
Yeah.
So I mean, she was, to use the term terribly, she was half baked.
Yeah.
She was
And I didn't, and
pretty solidly baked in her situation. Now she still needs baking.
yeah, and I wasn't trying to change anything, but I did want to instill some ideas. And that is the big thing, I think.
And that was just so different from because I had just done it by myself
Yeah.
did it by myself with her for a good long bit. And then we had Chris. And that was a struggle just because it's another human and fight over how you raise children and expectations and chores. Since I'm a big chore person, I believe in chores.
You do.
I do believe in chores.
Responsibility is a very good thing to learn.
You're all a part of this household, even the one on wheels.
But yeah, one of the big things I think in regards to the whole family was you and I'm going to use the word negotiating because it's the best way to say it. We had conversations about it and we thought about how that would apply. And I had some things I have strong opinions about, and it's not political. It's like ethical ideas and how to instill that in them. Doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not a difficult concept, but it's something that's important to me. And we had to talk about how to do that because it's not something in the way I was thinking it, in the same way that y'all were already, you and Chris were kind of teaching it.
Yeah. And I think it's very important. Counseling is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Oh, we're gonna do this couples counseling for sure."
Yeah.
And make sure the kids are in counseling. Do y'all still appreciate we go to counseling?
Very much so.
Oh, that was fast. Okay. All right. We have words. We have words to say, don't we?
Is that something you would
We get to
tell
go see you
people?
next week. I'm so excited.
We do. I know. So we're big fans of counseling here in our family. The girls and I go about once a week. The girls go once a month, sometimes twice a month. It just depends. They let us know whenever they're feeling it and need. Yeah, if you have more words to say, you say, "Hey, I need more." And then Mike and I do couples counseling every 2 weeks, sometimes once a month. It just depends on the schedule.
More or less. We've gone weekly, we've gone bi-weekly. Right now we're at bi-weekly.
But it all takes work to do all of this. Blended families are hard.
And it's not always hard conversations in a counseling session. Sometimes it's literally just
chatting it up.
Yeah, you don't even feel like you cover anything. And you stumble on some topic that, congratulations, you're going to have a discussion over for the next 2 weeks. And you're not going to be super happy about it.
But and the same thing is, families, being a human's hard. Having a family is hard no matter how it is. But being a blended family adds a new layer because you have different dynamics that are set up. Like McKenzie and I have a completely different relationship than Emma and I. Yeah. And that's just because, I had Mackie so young.
Different experience.
I grew up with Mackie, which is weird saying that to my kiddo.
Yeah.
And then I had a little bit more experience when I, had this little nugget here. You can't even see because she's not on camera. She's hiding.
You sat me here, so.
That's true.
You're the one who did this.
That's true. It's my fault. Any last bit tips for a blended family, or I don't know, any family? Thank you for calling me out on that. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
No.
Nothing else. Why is it so funny?
Because I can make a terrible joke right now, but I'm not going to.
Oh, I appreciate you so much, kid.
I don't want to put that on the internet.
Okay. Anything else, Lottie Poo?
No. I came from, just me and my family origin and insta family situation. So it was.
Threw it in the microwave.
It's like, we're the microwave family. Hey, we're instant mashed taters.
Yeah. But no, it was.
Ready in 5 minutes.
It was a big change for me, and I am still learning. Always.
Well, I think we're both still very much learning how to do this because I have to learn how to give up control and the reins a lot. I have to trust you in that sphere.
Yep.
And that takes so much work. Not that I don't trust you. These are my babies. Yep. Okay. Well, that's it. And see, this was fun. I told you all the next time would be a little bit more fun. Next week I'll probably be back to folding laundry, and I won't have additional friends, aka family.
Emma, do you want to fold laundry? With
No.
Yeah. Yeah. See, no one wants to do laundry with me. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out. Bye. Y'all can say bye.
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 Thank you for listening to Pocket Change. You can find me on the internet at candice-lot.com, on Instagram at CandiceJLott, that's Lot with 2 T's, and on Facebook as Candice Lot. I look forward to meeting you. Have a great day.